Hey, welcome back to my channel, I guess. I typically don't do these kind of videos because my channel is pure garbage. I don't make tutorials or anything like that. I mean, just have a look at my channel. I upload anything I like, whenever I like, and I don't consider myself a real YouTuber. I rarely talk in English in my videos in the first place, and that's simply because I'm a Spanish guy, in case you didn't know. But I guess this was the perfect chance to make a tutorial, even if I've never made one before. In summary, I'm just simply some weirdo who records and throws garbage into this channel just for fun. I don't care too much about being popular or anything. Though, that wasn't the case back then when I created this channel. But hey, back to the main topic. So, 2 years ago, I received a comment from someone who wanted a tutorial for the bowling alley that I made back in 2016. Or, actually, was it 2017? No, it was 2016, alright. Although I wanted to make the tutorial back then, I totally forgot about it in just a few days. But luckily, someone was also interested in the bowling alley tutorial just a month ago, and they pointed that out in one of my recent videos. So yeah, I said I was working on a tutorial, but let's be fully honest. I took so long only because I was recreating the map offline to make a full tutorial about it. And just in case I didn't mention it, the map was made on my laptop 6 years ago, and I completely lost that map. Otherwise, I would have uploaded this one to Mediafire and just let you guys download it instead of making this video. But anyway, for this tutorial, I even wanted to teach you how to build the bowling alley, but then I realized the tutorial would be like 30 minutes plus or so. So I decided to make a little time lapse of me building the bowling alley, which is exactly the same one you're seeing right now. Also, you can make your own bowling alley in whichever way you'd like. It doesn't have to be specifically like this one, as long as it looks okay to you. Okay, so before we actually get into the tutorial, let's talk about how the commands work in this game. So, let's imagine we want to place down a block right here, but we wanna do it like manually. We want to do it like automatically. There is already a command for that, and that's the command /setBlock. So you can see that setBlock actually has a few parameters, and we're gonna make use of 2 of them. The first 3 ones are gonna be the coordinates that we need for the block to be placed, and the other one is just to specify which block you wanna place. So let's suppose we want to place a grass block on top of this gold block. For that we need to specify which coordinates the block should be placed into. So we're gonna stand on top of the gold block and we're gonna hit F3. So in F3 we can see on the top left that we see X, Y and Z coordinates, and down below there is the block. So we're not gonna pay attention to the X, Y and Z coordinates, and we're gonna pay attention to the block one, because the X, Y and Z provide like super specific coordinates, whereas the block gives you exactly the ones you need. So let's use these ones. In this case we're gonna type /setBlock and we need the coordinates. So the X coordinate is minus 367, sorry. The Y is gonna be 12. And the Z is gonna be minus 999. So we still need the other parameter, which is a type of block. Specifying a type of block can be seen on top of any kind of block you see in the creative inventory. In case this doesn't show up, you have to hit F3 and H, and as you can see it has disappeared now. If you type again F3 and H, you can see it now. So we see, for example, the grass block is Minecraft:grass. So we're gonna type that one out. So setBlock, we have the coordinates Minecraft:grass, and so we have it there. If we were to move somewhere else, the command would still work because the specified coordinates are right there. But we want to make this like fully automatic. It's still not super automatic because we're making it with the commands and chat. So to make it work, we're gonna make use of the command blocks. So to get one, we're gonna type /give your name, and then we're gonna type Minecraft:command_block. And this way we can actually do what the chat does, but instead of making it ourselves, the command block will do it for us. So we're gonna copy paste the same thing we typed on chat. Let me remove this block. And for this to work, we need some redstone, so you can either use a redstone torch, block of redstone, even lever, whichever you'd like. So you place it on top or whatever of the command block, and once you hit it, boom, it works. Another little thing I wanted to talk about the coordinates is that in this case we are using fixed coordinates. But there is another way to type the coordinates, and that's by using the relative coordinates. So relative coordinates means that the coordinate will be different depending on where the block is. That's what it means, relative. To explain that gibberish, it means that if we type /setBlock and we type in these symbols, which in my case with the Spanish keyboard that I have to hit Alt and then the number 4 and then type with space or whatever. And with these symbols, it means that the coordinates are going to be picked from the ones that I have right now. So if I were to put a Minecraft grass, it means that it will spawn right there. If I were to actually type the command here, it spawns here, and so on. It follows me basically. Now the thing we can do is hit F3 and have a look at the Z coordinate in the block. As we can see, if we go farther, it decreases, and if we go back, it increases. So we can use that to our advantage to actually place the same block but with relative coordinates. In this case, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 blocks apart from it. And we can see that it's actually decreasing. So we can subtract all of these coordinates, place the ones that I told you, and over here we're gonna place -7. I believe it was 7. So we're gonna make sure it works. Actually, remove this one first. And yeah, it works fine. Why would I want to make this? Well, let's have a look at the entire thing working. Okay, so with all of these command blocks, I wanted to point out that I'm using all of the coordinates totally relative to the ones that we move from one side to another. In this way, we actually make sure that everything works perfectly fine, but there is one big advantage to using the relative ones versus the fixed ones. And that is, this works fine and perfectly. You can see the small animation doing there. And if we want to make this for multiple lanes, we can actually just copy paste this part, which I'll show later how to do that. And without having to do anything else, you have to do the work just once, and then copy as much times as you would like, because this structure will work anywhere. A small demo here, I just pasted the entire thing over again. Let me do this, remove this thing, and voila, it's working right there. Okay, so now let's transform all this knowledge into how to make the pincer work like automatically. So in my case, I've decided to do all of this in the back side of the bowling alley. You can make it in whichever way you'd like, but in my opinion I think it's best just to hide it like behind the entire building. So I'm gonna open this one up just so we can see part of the lane that we're gonna be working with. And so, first of all, we have to imagine which blocks we're gonna place. So for the sweeper first, we wanna make something like this. And so we have to imagine that each one of these blocks are gonna be just set block commands. So I'm gonna go ahead right here and place exactly the same structure. So it was some sort of like this. Whoops. Sorry for my aim. And each command block will help us with putting every single block. Let me talk down full. So, to make this work, we are gonna use the relative coordinates, as we say. So, we're gonna try to figure out which coordinates are relative to those ones and see the difference. So, in this case, we are, for example, gonna use this slab to pick up the coordinates, and so if we move around, we're gonna see that in the Z coordinate, which is the -955, we see that it decreases Actually, it increases as I go forward. So I'm gonna write this one down. Now let's go forward and see this exact command block, which is right here on 937. So writing these ones down are important, and if we make the difference, and if we actually sum these two together, we get that this is minus 18. So this is the relative coordinate we are gonna use for the y position. I mean, sorry, for the z position. So in this case, we're gonna type set block, all these weird symbols, and exactly in this one, we're gonna type minus 18. Now we need the type of block, so let's check that one. It's Minecraft :stone underscore slab, but we'll have a small problem with that. Let's go one by one. So Minecraft :stone slab. Let's make it run and see if it works. And yeah, that one actually changed, but this is not the slab we want. So to fix that, stone slabs actually have, or any kind of slab, have different data values. And in this case, we see 44/0, and in this one it says 44/6. So it's as easy as just typing 6 with a space. It's important to leave the space right there. And if we make it run, you can see it works. Let me show you again. There, it works. And so we have to exactly copy paste this command all over. And if we run everything together, we will encounter a small problem. To run everything together, you can use this specific redstone pattern that I wanted to use. So it's something like this, like this. It doesn't really matter which one you use, but this will give power to all the command blocks, and so it'll work. So if we actually make it work, yes, it works, but we didn't change these ones. That's what happens when copy pasting. So we have to change the ones on the sides for nether underscore brick underscore fence. We're gonna make sure everything works fine, so yeah, it works. And so that's how we make one of the animations. Now we have to do the same thing, but just delete exactly the same coordinates that we've seen and move them one in like forward. So let's do the same thing. In this case, since I want the animation to be delayed just by a few milliseconds, I'm gonna use the repeaters because they give delay to the redstone. So I usually use 3 of them, and then you decide which ticks you want. That'll be up to you, of course. In my opinion, it's best to have one at full ticks and the other one's just normal. And we're gonna make exactly the same shape. So if we were to copy paste these ones, it wouldn't be as bad, but remember that minus 18 here would actually eventually like end up around here. So we have to once again make a difference from that place to this place, and instead of placing nether brick fences, we're gonna use air. Also, I'm sorry, I started bad. Let me fix this thing. Make a platform. Let's make exactly the same circuit as I shown you before, which is something like that. We make the same shape, just like that, and some more redstone on top, of course, so it goes all over the circuit. So once again, I repeat, that part has to be different because the relative of that block to the other block is totally different. It's not going to be minus 18, it's going to be actually minus 25 because it's the same thing that I used in the other one. So if you need to calculate it, you know, just pick up the coordinates, make the difference between them, and once you have those, you eventually know which ones you're gonna use. So in this case, I'm gonna copy paste everything from here, and once I'm done with that, we are gonna replace all the Minecraft nether brick fence or whatever with just Minecraft air. Okay, and the last step is just to make the difference, so let's change the coordinates. This is gonna be minus 25. Okay, once that's done, let's see if it works. So yeah, we can see first it's placed, then it disappears. And I mean, that's the thing about making the small animation. For the rest of the part, you just need to make the same thing but with the pinch header, which, by the way, I'll leave it for part 2 in case it's a little bit messy or if it's difficult. But if this is enough, I will leave it just with this. Please leave me in the comments down below if there is a need for another tutorial or maybe anything or something that you'd like to be specified. But just in case, I'm gonna leave this specific map on the description so you can download it and check everything and if it's exactly the same one or not. Okay, so thank you for watching the tutorial. Hope it helped. I know it was short, I know I didn't explain as much, but you know, going through this entire thing is super long, and it's just something you have to do over and over and over again and copy paste the same commands until you get exactly the animation you'd like. So just in case, like I said, I'll leave them up in the description, and if there is any kind of thing, I might do a part 2 of the tutorial, but we'll see about that. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.